Good morning, everybody. This is Jay, Central Illinois. Paupers Plot Emergency Garden. Well, I'm going to go through this. I hope I don't talk too much or bore you too much. Yet, if you like what you see, comment and share. There's a little row of potatoes that I planted right in some horse manure and sawdust. They came right up, doing well. I remind you that I've had 6/10, maybe 8/10 of rain in almost 8 weeks, 7.5 weeks. So this garden here has grown absolutely with hardly little rainfall. But here it is. You can see all the sunflowers. They're voluntary. Little flowers in the front there, they've kind of dried up, like a lot of things that was perennial, excuse me. They've kind of dried up already, and it's early. Well, there's some rosemary, sage. There's potatoes scattered all over in here. When I had too many, I just threw them, and then there was voluntary. There's some flowers down the edge of here. My grandbaby planted some moonflowers. There's a row of onions I threw in there. I didn't think would do anything, but they're doing a little. There's some beets. Another 2 little rows of beans, one on each side of them beets. Them beets are about ready to come up. Got all kinds of peppers. Them there came from Baker Creek. There's a watermelon. There's beans. Now, I've had a lot of problems with rabbits and deer. I got some of these little flicker lights from Dollar General, and that seemed to take care of them a little bit. They don't like them too much. They kind of look like a fire. Please excuse the wind. Just as soon as I take this video, it gets windy. I'm thankful for the breeze because it's really humid. There's like 6 pepper plants right there, and there's 3 rows of beans. Here's a row of potatoes. There's in the middle there's 3 hills of some late potatoes. I don't know if they're going to make it or not, but whatever it does, it does. There's some sweet potatoes I just threw in there. Was wanting slips. They never did come on. I had plenty, though. I grew in the house. There's some strawberries. My brother, he gave me like 10 plants, and now they're spreading out real good. So next year I might have a quart of strawberries. And then the runners, I'm going to just make another row somewhere. But you see them sunflowers, they're all voluntary. And the dill, it's up there real big. It's ready if anybody needs dill for pickles, you know. But you can come over here through my jungle, and you can see here how I kind of do some stuff. I plant a little too close, but the crops kind of keep some of the weeds from growing. Harder to weed. That corn there's some Hopi corn that I've been working on. It's surprisingly growing. But if it grows through this drought, that's going to be some good seed. But Hopi actually came from a dry area, the southwest. So there's horseradish over there, you can see, and then there's a row of potatoes, 3 rows of onions, 2 rows of Hopi corn. I picked spinach out of there. I probably picked a 5-gallon bucket. I'm waiting on the seeds now. I'll grow them seed next year. Here's some of my tomatoes. I didn't stake them up or straw them or nothing. I just let them go on the ground this year. We'll see what happens. I got pumpkins and squash scattered out all over through the garden. 1 plant here and 1 plant there. Hopefully it'll cover it up here real soon. But we won't get rain. Gardens aren't going to do too much. Parts of our state, farmers had to borrow money to plant fertilizer and everything, make their payments. We ain't getting no rain, so I would reckon the bank's going to get most of their property by the end of the year, end of next year for sure. If you owe the bank and you're a farmer, they're going to get your stuff. Well, there's some rows of, I think there's 40 peppers there, another 20 tomatoes. I said there's potatoes scattered out in there, marigolds. Here's some broccoli and cauliflower. That's the broccoli. These are cabbage. The 3 rows of potatoes, they're almost done. It's the worst potatoes I think I've ever grown. I'm thankful for them. They're all small, but No rain don't make big potatoes. There's some broccoli. These cabbage are all coming on. Some are later and some are early, mid-season. But I'm getting ready to plant some more for fall. I may use some of my potatoes, try to chink them and put them in the ground, see if they'll grow for fall and get a double crop from the same seed. Who knows? But these are my cabbage. Some of them doing really good. There's different kinds in there. They came from 2 different places. Ever Wild Seed and Baker Creek. I have pretty good luck with them too. I had a lot of them little white butterflies early. You sprinkle flour on there, them eggs, as soon as they hatch, they'll eat that flour. Well, they can't digest the flour, so guess what happens? Pow! They blow up. But yeah, I need to pick cabbage. There's 3 more rows of corn right there. That's popcorn, that's red corn. I had to replant some of it where the deer ate it off, but it's coming back up. Everybody says that interpollination is difficult to avoid when you plant more than one kind of corn. Well, I got 3 kinds here. Here's a white popcorn, and that seed there was 8 years old, maybe 9. So people say corn seed won't grow. I know people that grew corn seed that was 100 years old. So it's all in how you take care of it. There's 2 rows of onions. The ones on the left, they came from Everwild. They were seeds. I'm going to see how they do. I do believe I'm going to take over planting my onions from seed because I think that's the best way to be sustainable. There's cauliflower. It's not coming on yet like the broccoli. Yep. Let's see, there's another. I think that's a, what kind of pumpkin that is, I'm not sure. But they're sweet potatoes. I grew all them in the house. That'll be plenty. I give my brother about 40 of them. He growed a row out his house. There's 3 rows of beans I put in there, trying to get them to come up because the old rabbit and everything was eating my stuff. But yeah, you could see the garden. If we'd had rain, it'd be totally covered. You wouldn't hardly be able to walk in here. Yeah, that's the way I like it though. I've been picking a lot of stuff. We've been eating cabbage and turnips and collards and beets and new potatoes, green beans. Garden come on good and I'm very thankful for it. How it's growing so good without rain, it might be some of the things that I've done to it. But I wish God would hear me. I need rain. But this is a garden. I hope you enjoyed my babble. And if you don't, have a good day anyway. Peace.